The perfume industry produces billions of units each year, with revenues exceeding $40 billion to meet the huge global demand. Farmers harvest tons of lavender, but how is lavender all turned into quality perfume? And how are the most expensive perfumes made? The small town of Grasse in the south of France is considered the perfume capital of the world. Since 1724, when big French brands like Chanel wanted to market a new perfume, this is where they turned. The art of perfumery is about choosing the right ingredients to create a delicate scent, almost like mixing the perfect cocktail. The basic ingredients of perfume include essential oils extracted from aromatic plants, fruits, and flowers, diluted with alcohol, which has a very high alcohol content. Just like tasting and blending wine, perfume also goes through many stages of testing and perfection. In ancient times, perfumes contained substances such as beaver glands and sperm whale secretions. Today, things are much more sophisticated. Lavender essential oil is one of the main ingredients in perfumes. For centuries, the Provence region of France produced half of the world's lavender. The leaves and blue-purple flowers of this shrub are used to extract lavender essential oil, a key ingredient in health and beauty products. The hills here are covered with lavender, creating a sea of purple fragrance. However, harvesting them is not easy. Weeds often grow around the base of the plants, competing for water and nutrients from the soil. Therefore, from May to September, weeding becomes a daily chore. A special machine is used to remove the weeds by loosening the soil around the base of the plant and spraying hot steam to kill the weeds. When it is time to harvest, growers look at the number and color of the flowers. When the flowers turn from blue-purple to gray-brown, that is the best time to harvest. They also squeeze the petals to check for essential oil content. Lavender usually begins blooming in its second year and reaches its peak during the first flush of flowers. Although there is a second flush of flowers, the number of flowers is not large enough to warrant another harvest. The main harvest only lasts about 6 weeks. The flowers must be harvested in the morning, when they are at their freshest and most oily. A giant harvester specially designed to cut the stems 6 inches long. It lifts the stems straight up, cutting them close to the base, then transfers the cuttings onto a conveyor belt, onto a large tray, and finally onto an accompanying truck. Although lavender stems have a pleasant scent, extracting the essential oil is a highly technical process. Workers begin by piling tons of stems into a giant steel pot called an alembic, a tool typically used in winemaking. They squeeze the stems to reduce the air in the pot, increasing the amount of oil extracted. After fully compressed, close the pot lid tightly. The oil pot will heat the water, turn the water into steam, and then pump it into the bottom of the distillation pot at low pressure for about 15 minutes. The steam rises slowly, heating the lavender and breaking down the essential oil glands in the petals. This process lasts about 30 minutes, releasing the lavender essential oil that mixes with the steam. The mixture is then passed through a large condenser tube, where the aromatic steam cools and turns into a liquid. The essential oil is then separated from the water, becoming the main ingredient in high-end perfumes. The aluminium passes through the ambi, and when the hot steam hits the cold tubes, it condenses into water. The Bondo oil is lighter than water, so it floats to the surface and is extracted little by little. It takes tons of fresh flowers to produce 50 kilograms of oil. Lavender oil starts its life as a homemade wine, but to create the best perfume, it must mature like a fine malt whiskey. So it is aged in these wooden barrels for several months until it is ready. When finished, lavender essential oil is still too strong to use as a perfume. At this point, it is combined with 5,000 other aromatic essential oils in the lab to create a blend. There are countless possible combinations, and a perfumer's nose can distinguish sublime from a foul-smelling one. In a perfume that can have as many as 50 ingredients, the scent of a concentrated essential oil will not reach even the most distant nose. To create a suitable perfume, strong alcohol is added to evaporate at room temperature, spreading the scent throughout the room. That is why it is best to spray perfume on pulse points, such as the wrists and neck. In these locations, the blood vessels are closer to the skin and give off more heat, acting as mini scent bombs. Of all the high-tech machines, the perfumer's nose is the most important tool when creating a new essence, and their experience is essential to knowing whether a perfume is good or not. Perfumers, also known as olfactory artists, spend years honing their sense of smell and can identify hundreds, even thousands, of different scents. The formula is adjusted as needed, and when the expert is satisfied, the formula is sent to another perfume distillery for mass production. The distillery facilities span 20,000 square meters, with production lines and 350,000-liter tanks making up the factory. Before perfume production, the purity of the raw materials must be tested to ensure they are free of adulteration or contamination. The materials are tested using gas chromatography, in which different components are vaporized and passed through a liquid at different speeds. The machine will detect and print the results, helping the perfumer know which ingredients are in the oil with an accuracy of 1 nanogram. The process begins with the precise weighing of the ingredients to create a concentrated essential oil. Fixatives are added to maintain the stability and longevity of the perfume on the skin. The mixture is then poured with alcohol, left to mature, and once the scent has permeated the liquid, it is cooled and filtered to obtain a clear and concentrated pure perfume. A sample of the perfume is sent to the laboratory to test for consistency. Everything in the preparation process is weighed in grams, which helps the manufacturer know the required weight and volume. The density of the perfume is calculated to ensure precision when poured into the glass bottles. The bottles are made from silica sand, sodium carbonate, and limestone, which are then melted to form a viscous mass. The molten glass is poured into specially designed molds to create the desired shape. After casting, the glass is cooled slowly to avoid cracking due to sudden temperature changes. Some bottles are aged longer to increase their resistance. They are cut and polished to remove sharp edges, then decorated to the perfumer's design and sent off to be filled with perfume. As a result, women's perfumes are up to 2/3 alcohol, while men's perfumes are even higher, at up to 95%. The perfume bottles are filled and sealed with spray cans. Each bottle is batch-coded to ensure traceability in case of problems. They are then packaged, labeled, and sealed. Everything is done by hand at this factory. The perfumes they create are specialized products for the high-end market. Each bottle of perfume is not only a product, but also an art and a passion. If you find this video interesting, please like to support us. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.